Top 20 Football Coach Interview Questions and Answers. Take a look at these top 20 football coach interview questions and answers. They will help you to prepare adequately for your next interview. 1. Why are you interested in this role? The response you provide for this question will help your interviewer to know your motivation in pursuing this role. As you respond to this question, demonstrate that you are passionate about this role and portray that you did your homework about knowing the company before the interview. Sample answer. My great love for football games drew my interest for this role. I can foster excellent sportsmanship in my players as well as helping them build their confidence in the football game. I am committed to making a positive impact on players by letting them realize that I care about their well-being. I want to see many athletes and individuals grow in their careers. 2. What are the roles of a football coach? This is a common question asked during an interview to test whether a candidate knows what is expected of him or her in this role. The best strategy of responding to this question is by listing the role of a football coach as you align them with the job at hand. Sample answer. A football coach's roles include offering advice and motivation during gameplay, leading training sessions, designing game plans, scheduling team meetings, and attending tryouts. The coach should also identify the player's abilities and provide them with one-on-one training whenever necessary. 3. What are the qualities that a football coach need to be successful? The employer asks this question to find out if you are aware of the qualities you should have as a football coach. The best strategy of answering this question is by highlighting some of the qualities that make a good football coach, having in mind the needs of the employer. Sample answer. For a football coach to be successful, he must have enough experience in sports coaching, passion for football, and deep knowledge of the game. He or she must have solid organizational, strategizing, motivational, communication, interpersonal, and management skills. He or she must be a disciplined self-starter who possesses a positive attitude with high motivation and patience. 4. What major challenges did you face during your last role? The employer asks this question to evaluate your abilities to deal with challenges. In your response, highlight your problem-solving skills as you narrate what happened. Sample answer. The biggest challenge I faced during my last role is balancing between my family and career. I found that I was always away from my family even when they needed me most. Though it's still hard to keep the balance, I have learned to work under pressure and tight deadlines. I am now better than I was. 5. Describe your daily routine as a football coach. Your response to this question brings out how you prioritize your work. The best way to answer this question is to portray that you are a good manager of time. Describe your daily tasks as per the need of the company. Sample answer. I begin my day by visiting a gym for my morning exercise. I then get into my office where I plan activities for the day, which include organizing and preparing tryouts as well as shortlisting potential players, analyzing previous football games to design plans, techniques, tactics, strategies, and formations, making sure that the game field is available for practice sessions, ensuring that equipment needed for sports is available, establishing rules and regulations to guide players, evaluating each player's abilities, weaknesses, and strengths to help the players to improve, resolving disputes and addressing bad behaviors among players, organizing team-building activities off the field. 6. Describe briefly about your experience. This is a question asked by employers to determine whether your job experience matches the needs of their company. The best strategy for responding to this question is by summarizing your job history as you match the job description. Sample answer. I have been a football coach for 3 years now. Over these years, I have gained a lot of experience in coordinating, instructing, motivating, and organizing football teams. I have also worked with different clients including professional, non-professional, children, and adult players. Given a chance, I will utilize all my skills in training your players, developing game plans and tactics as well as inspiring players. 7. What kind of strategies and mindset is required for this role? Your answer to this question indicates your attitude and passion for the role. The best way to handle the question is to describe some of the skills and strategies you'll employ while performing your roles. Sample answer. The football coach should be driven by the love of football game. He should concentrate on improving the confidence of his players. He should be highly committed, motivated, patient, and disciplined to make a good coach. 8. What is the biggest challenge that you foresee in this job? The hiring manager may ask this question to test your preparedness to deal with potential challenges. As you respond to the question, demonstrate that you are well aware of what is taking place in this industry and that you have the ability to deal with potential challenges. Sample answer: the biggest challenge that I foresee in this role is knowing the boundaries of a coach and a manager. Sometimes, the manager thinks that they can coach, hence ends up frustrating the team. Additionally, coachees feel uncomfortable declining to be coached by their manager because they do not want to be pushed out of the team. This confusion ends up forming a weak team. However, being in this field for 3 years now, I have discovered that a coach is people-centered. He needs to establish a good relationship with his team and manager in order to be effective in their work. I believe that a coach and a manager must support each other if they want to succeed in their roles. 9. How do you stay motivated in your work? The employer asks this question to find out your interests and values as you perform the tasks assigned to you. In your response, highlight your interests and values that drive your morale for work. Sample answer: I get motivated by challenges. Being able to handle and overcome new challenges drives my morale for this role. I find pleasure in helping players become better, including making them feel better about themselves. This helps them to gain confidence in their playing, hence shining in their career. 10. Describe a time when you failed in this role and the lesson you learned. The hiring team asks this question to determine whether you can admit your mistakes. In your response, own mistakes to your actions and pick a few lessons you learned from the situation. Sample answer: balancing between work and job has always been a challenge for me. I find myself working too much, hence becoming very tired. This makes me lose concentration in my work. However, I have learned to work under pressure and still become productive to my coaches. Additionally, I have realized the power of delegating tasks, and this is helping me keep the balance as well as being more effective in my career. 11. Why do you feel you are the most suited for this role? The employer asks this question to find more information to know if you are the best fit for the job. In your response, highlight your best skills, traits, education, experience, and relevant accomplishments. Sample answer: I hold a degree in sports science and a diploma in nutrition. I can foster excellent sportsmanship in my players as well as helping them build their confidence in the football game. I am committed to making a positive impact on players by letting them realize that I care about their well-being. I am dedicated to seeing many athletes and individuals grow in their careers. Previously, I have worked as a football coach for 3 years. During this time, I have gained a lot of experience in coordinating, instructing, motivating, and organizing football teams. I have also worked with different clients including professional, non-professional, children, and adult players. I will utilize all my skills in training your players, developing game plans and tactics as well as inspiring players if you give me this chance. 12. Share with us your greatest achievement. The hiring team wants to know your past job performance. This question allows you to brag about yourself and share what you're truly proud of professionally. Sample answer: I have a track record of helping players achieve their maximum level of athletic potential. My proudest achievement was bringing forth a passion for football in my community. I developed effective game plans, trained the players about defensive and offensive techniques to enhance the performance skills of the team members. During the previous football competition, the team emerged as the best in our district. 13. Describe what a typical practice looks like for your teams. The hiring manager asks this question to evaluate your team management and coaching skills. The best strategy is to take your interviewer through a typical practice including the types of drills and activities it entails. Sample answer: I begin all my practices with conducting some warm-up exercises to prepare the players. After these practices, we move on to individual drills. Then to the group drills to improve certain skills and techniques. The drills depend on the recent game performance as well as the area that I perceive that the players need to improve on. With me, I have an example of my practice plans in case you would like to have a look at them. 14. Highlight some of your core values as a coach. The employer asks this question to find out whether your values align with their organization. As you respond to this question, focus on some of your values and their importance to you. Sample answer: to begin with, I value commitment in everything that I do. I always want the athletes to come for practices and games on time. If they are committed to this, this shows that they are ready to be engaged in the team. I also demonstrate my commitment by availing myself of the game and practices on or before the scheduled time. Secondly, I uphold teamwork and cooperation. I encourage my team members to build a solid relationship with each other. I always make sure to develop exercises and collaborative drills to enhance cooperation between them. I treat all my team players with respect and I listen to their concerns. 15. What does your bench area looks like during games? This is a technical question that the interviewer asks to gauge how you will manage your team and the rules of conduct you will set. The best strategy of responding to this question is to give the details of how you will maintain control of your bench and explain your reasoning in simplicity. Sample answer. I will first ensure that I adhere to the regulations and policies set by the organization. As long as the players remain in the bench area, I wouldn't mind whether they are standing or sitting. What matters to me is to see them focused on the game as well as cheering their teammates. In my opinion, this is an indication of respect since they are supporting their team even though they are off the court. I will also ensure that they maintain respectful language towards their opponents to portray good sportsmanship. 16. Explain how will you develop community support for the team. This is a technical question asked by the hiring manager to know the actions you will take to generate support when coaching. In your response, demonstrate how you will ensure that your team feels supported by their fun, including how you will help the program thrive. Sample answer. I believe that the best way of building support with the community is by showing that you care and support them. I will organize volunteering activities for my players geared to helping the community, including cleaning up the environment, delivering meals from the food bank, etc. This will demonstrate that we care about the community and also teach my athletes valuable lessons concerning the importance of helping others. 17. If you realize that your team is struggling, what steps will you take? This is a technical question that the interviewer asks to gauge your problem-solving skills. In your response, demonstrate how you handled your team's struggles during your last role. Sample answer. In case I find that my team is struggling, I will first seek to find out whether the problem exists at an individual level or across all players. In case I find out that the entire team is struggling with a certain issue or even a playing technique, I will come up with team drills during practices to bring forward my expectation to help them improve in that skill. If it's an individual issue, I will talk with the concerned players before or at the end of our practice. I will also suggest drills that can perform at home so that they can improve themselves. 18. In most cases, coaches are criticized by fans when the team they lead loses. How will you handle criticisms? The hiring manager asks this question to examine how prepared you are to handle unexpected situations. In your response, demonstrate your problem-solving techniques and explain how you can handle criticism respectfully. Sample answer. It is not fun to be criticized by your fans. However, I will remain focused on my players. I will calmly respond to the criticism as I avoid arguments to demonstrate that a negative criticism does not need a negative response. This will enhance staying positive concerning future games. Additionally, I will explain to my players how we can improve instead of what we did wrong. 19. A coach sometimes have to take into consideration athletes' educational demands. In your view, what is the relationship between academics and athletics? The interviewer asks this question to assess how you maintain the balance between athletics and education. As you respond to this question, demonstrate that you are concerned with students' academic interests more than athletics. Sample answer. I am more concerned with education above athletics. I am committed to seeing that my athletes earn skills that can help them succeed both on the field and in their daily lives. As a coach, I have set a requirement that every player should maintain a specific GPA to remain in my team. When I discover that any of my players is having trouble in class, I always engage them into a conversation where we include their teacher to see whether we can create a customized plan to assist them to improve. 20. How do you handle work pressure in your work? Your response to this question will help your employer to understand your ability to manage work pressures. The best strategy of responding to this question is by demonstrating that you can cope with pressure and work effectively. Sample answer. I honestly thrive under pressure. It acts as a catalyst to my work, especially when meeting athletes' needs. When working under pressure, I refocus my energy on my work. That way you will maximize the chances of being hired. Conclusion. During the interview, be bold and confident. Also, tailor these answers to suit your academic qualification and your interview situation. That way, you will maximize the chances of being hired.